Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of chemistry. And of course, we are going to continue our study on organic chemistry. Most preferably, we are talking about esters right now. So today we are going to look at the preparation of esters. Okay, the ones we call alkanoates. Okay, so it's also very important to know that this tutorial is brought to you by the one and only O3 School JAMB practice app. It is all you need to succeed in your exam. We will talk about the app in a moment, but for now, let us see a question, a JAMB pass question from the application. This is a 2022 question, number 15. It says, alkanoic acids react with alkanols to form products called A says alkanoids and water. B says alkanol and water. C says acid and base. D says salt and water. So we'll come back to this question and many more from this application once we are done, because we believe in O3 schools that we should give you value first. Make we first teach you, make you know what you they do, so that when question come, you feel nagang basbos. Okay, so please make sure you want to join us till the end of this class. Do not be in a hurry. All right, you have to learn, and then you will be able to answer any question from anywhere. So please make sure you download the application. The app has all you need to succeed in your exam. All the past questions are on the app, so you don't need to go and buy any past question anywhere for all subjects. And of course, what is more is that there are lecture notes that have been written according to the JAMB syllabus. Okay, so you do not need to go and buy any textbook from anywhere. Then there are question search feature. Question search feature enables you to search for question according to topic, and the question that JAMB has set from past years from that topic will come out for you to answer. What's more again is that we have a mock challenge every Saturday. You complete it or mate in that mock challenge. Okay, and of course you get used to JAMB past questions, get used to JAMB likely exam questions, see your score released every Saturday, thereby building your confidence towards the exam. There are a lot of prizes to be won also in that challenge. So please make sure you join in every Saturday. So please download the application and activate. Activation fee is a very little token that is not up to the price of rice and chicken in a standard restaurant. So please make sure you activate immediately. So let us look at preparation of esters. Esters can be prepared in a number of ways, okay? Can be prepared in a number of ways, but the very most common method that we use in preparing esters, okay, is the reaction between alkanoic acid and alkanol, okay? So number one, the very first method we are going to discuss is from the reaction between alkanoic acids, okay, and alkanol. All right, the one we call alcohol, or the one we call oyogogoro. Okay, that is what alkanol, the alcohols. Okay, so now the reaction between alkanoic acid and alkanol gives us ester and water. So it means that if an alkanoic acid like this now, alkanoic acid reacts with an alkanol. Okay, what we are going to have in the presence of concentrated H2SO4. All right, we also apply heat to this reaction. In the presence of concentrated H2SO4, all right, we are going to have an ester, then plus H2O as product. So when an alkanoic acid or a carboxylic acid reacts with an alkanol, or the one we call alcohols, in the presence of concentrated H2SO4 tetraoxosulfuric acid, what we have is an ester plus water as product. So we're able to prepare an ester using this method. So now let us see. Let's say we have an alkanoic acid like ethanoic acid. So we have, let's say, ethanoic acid CH3COOH. This is our ethanoic acid. Or you may write it like this: CH3, C double to O, then OH. This is also your ethanoic acid. So now, if ethanoic acid is reacting with an alkanol, let's say we are using the simplest alkanol like methanol plus CH3OH. This is our methanol. So this is our ethanoic acid. Then this is our alkanol. All right. So in the presence of concentrated H2SO4. All right, we apply heat to this reaction. What it gives to us is an ester. An ester is formed. But how do we form this ester here? Okay, between what a reaction between this alkanoic acid and alkanol, the ester that will be formed. What is the ester that will be formed? How do we form the ester? Now, it's very simple. We know that the general formula from our first episode when we did introduction into esters, we know that the general formula for esters is what? RCOO R prime. Okay, we'll say this R and this R, they are alkyl groups and they may be what? The same alkyl group, or they may be what? Different alkyl groups. All right, so now, how do we know the ester that will be formed? We know that what? That ester, this general formula is gotten from the alkanoic acid and the alkanol. All right, we say that what? We'll take the RCO. This first RCO, we take it from the alkanoic acid. Then the remaining what now? OR, we take it from the what? From the alkanol. This is how we form our ester. Okay, so now, let us take the first word, RCO, from the alkanoic acid. So we're going to have our CH3CO. Okay? So now what I'm going to have here, so CH3CO. Now, let us take the OR from the what? From the alkanol. I'm going to take our O and our R. I'm going to take our O here and then our what now? Our R. All right? So now, hope you are getting it very clearly now. We took what? Our RCO, this is our R, this is our C, this is our O. Okay? CH3CO. Then we took our OR, our O, okay, and our R. Our O and our R. From what now? From the alkanol. Now, what is left? If you take RCO from here, this is R, this is C, this is O. What is left here? There will be an OH left here. So from this alkanoic acid, OH is left. From this alkanol, if you take OR, that's this O and this R, what will be left here is what is H. So if it is H and this OH combine, what do we have? We're going to have water as what? As product. Okay, so that is what our ester. This is our ester. This is our ester. And then this is what? Water that is formed. But what is the name of this ester? How do we name this ester? We have already talked about how to what? Name esters already. So this ester will simply be what now? I'm going to call this what now? Methyl what? Methyl what now? Two carbon atom, ethanoate. So when what? An alkanoic acid like ethanoic acid reacts with what? An alkanol like methanol. Okay, remember, sorry, this is methanol. Let me write it out. This is methanol. Okay, what we're going to have is what now? Methyl ethanoate plus water as product. So this is very, very important. If you look through your past questions, there are a lot of questions about this. Okay, now this reaction is called esterification reaction. The reaction has a name. The process whereby we form what? Esters from alkanoic acid and alkanol, okay, is called what? Esterification reaction. You must take note. It's very, very easy. If it were not important, I would have told you so. So this is called what now? Esterification. Esterification what? Reaction. All right, so this is our esterification reaction. So please take note of what? Of that. It's very, very important. Go through your past questions. You will see a lot of questions on esterification. How we form ester from alkanoic acid and alkanol. There are other methods that we can use to what? To prepare what? Our esters. It's just that they may not be too common at your level, but it is good you know them. Okay, and let us see another method. Let us see another method so that we do not leave any stone unturned. So number one, we've looked at what? Esterification reaction starts from what? Alkanoic acid and alkanol. Then number two, we can also form esters. Number two, from acyl chlorides, or the one we call what? Acetyl chlorides. Okay, so we can also form what? Esters from what now? From acyl what? Chlorides. Now, I've told you about acyl chloride. This is the what? General formula, RCOCl. This is what? General formula of what? Of the what? Acyl what? Chloride. So we can also form what? What do you call it? Esters from what? From this acetyl chlorides. Now, it is even very, very easier. Okay, the reaction is even much less vigorous if we form esters from acyl chloride than we form them from carboxylic acids. Now, acyl chlorides, they are derivatives. Okay, they are derivatives of carboxylic acid. They are derived from carboxylic acid. And if you want a vigorous reaction, like when we were talking about esterification right now, we're talking about what? An alkanoic acid plus what? An alkanol. Okay, and of course, we were using a catalyst. The catalyst was what? Concentrated H2SO4, and we also what? Applied heat. Okay, so this was reaction. Then I give us our ester and water. Okay, so this reaction is what? Quite what? Vigorous. Okay, it's quite what? Vigorous. But if you are forming what? Esters from acyl chlorides, the reaction is very, very mild. In fact, you know the funny thing, we do not even use any catalyst. Okay, so the reaction just goes like that. So if you are looking for mild conditions for preparing what? Esters, what we use usually is what? Is acetyl chlorides, or we use what? Acyl chlorides to what? To make those what? Esters. So you can see the advantages of using acyl chlorides over carboxylic what? Acid, right? Because the carboxylic acid is usually what? More what? Vigorous, but the what? Acyl chlorides are what? More mild when you are forming esters what? With them. Another reason why we use what? Acetyl chloride or acyl chloride is that alkanoic acid do not react with some aromatic what? Alcohols. Okay, they do not even react with some aromatic compounds. Okay, alkanoic acid do not react with some aromatic compounds, but what? Acetyl chlorides or acyl chlorides react what? With them. I'm going to show you an example, but let us see generally how we can prepare what is it called? An ester. Okay, an ester from what now? From acyl chloride. So let's say we have what? An acyl chloride like acetyl chloride itself. That is, I'm going to have CH3COCl. So these are what? Our acetyl chloride. Let's say we react it with an alkanol plus what now? Let's say we are using ethanol, C2H5 what? OH. Okay, so now what will now be our product? Remember here, we are forming what? Ester from acyl chloride. We do not use any catalyst. So we know they use catalyst. So our product there will be what now? I'm going to have what now? H3C. Okay, I'm going to have COOC C2H5 plus what? Plus HCl. Okay, so you can see we are taking our CH3CO. This is our CH3CO. Then from the alcohol now OR, our O and C2H5. Then plus what now? Plus HCl. So this is what now? Our ester. Our ester is formed. This is our ester. Okay, and of course this is our acetyl chloride. Okay, this is our what now? Our ethanol. Okay, then of course this is our hydrochloric what? Acid. So this is our ester. What's the name of this ester that is formed? You can name it, right? So this is what? An ethyl. So this is ethyl, and then this is what? Now 1, 2 carbon atoms. That's what? Ethyl what? Ethanoate. Okay, so this is what? One method. Another method we can use to prepare what? Esters. So, but in this case, we do not get what? Water. Instead, we are getting what? Hydrochloric acid as what? As byproduct. Okay, so please take note of that. Why is that? Because of we're taking this H from this alkanol, and then we're taking this Cl from this what? Acetyl chloride. That's how this HCl is formed there. So now, like I told you earlier, alkanoic acid do not react with some what? Aromatic what? Compound, but acetyl chloride will react with what? Aromatic compound to give you what? An ester. So you cannot use alkanoic acid when you want to what? React it with what? With an aromatic compound. Instead, you use what? Acetyl chloride. So let us say we also use this acetyl chloride, CH3COCl, then reacted, let's say with what? With phenol. Okay, this is our phenol. No, phenol is our benzene ring with what? Our OH at the top. Okay, so now this will react. Okay, but if you are using, for example, let's say you are using ethanoic acid, for example, CH3 COOH. This is an what? This is an alkanoic acid. So if you are using ethanoic acid, it will not what? This reaction will not happen. Okay, it will not happen. Okay, because of that restriction that I told you. But if you are using an acetyl chloride, CH3COCl, are going to have what? A product. It's as simple as that. I'm going to have, this is what? Benzene ring. Okay, all right. Then I'm going to have our what? Our O. All right, I'm going to have our O. Then I'm going to have our CO, C double bonded to O. Then I'm going to have our CH3, or let me just say H3C. H3C. All right, you know the reason why I'm putting H3C here, right? The reason why I'm putting H3C here is because this bond is directly bonded to the carbon and not directly bonded to the what? To the hydrogen. Okay, so that's why even here you could have just said what C. You should have easily even said what? H3C here. That is H3C. Okay, then COCl. So this is what now our product. And what's the name of this ester? The ester that is formed here is simple. So we call what now? This is our phenyl. So because it is directly bonded to the oxygen that is part of the continuous chain. So this should be our phenyl what now? Ethanoate. Because of these two carbon atom 1, 2. Okay, so this is our phenyl what ethanoate. So it's very easy. Okay, so now we can either use what alkanoic acid to what prepare our esters, or we can use acetyl chlorides, or the one we call acyl chlorides, to prepare our esters. So now, because of time, please do not forget to like this video. Liking this video will make other students easily find this video. Okay, Abi, you know what made them pass? Click on that like button immediately. So now, subscribe, share to your social media platforms, and what? Just keep enjoying yourself. Now, let us see another method we can use to prepare our esters. So the third method we're going to consider is from acid anhydride. From acid anhydride. Okay. Now, like I told you, these are our classes. Even in the university, you will see them. Okay, they're not going to teach you anything different on your 100 level. So long you are a science student, you will do chemistry in 100 level, and you must be taught all of these things. So if you know it once and for all, it's even very, very what? Okay. So now let us go. Number 3. From acid what? Anhydride. Okay, so from acid what? Anhydride. I already told you what I showed you what the general formula for acid what? Anhydride in the previous the previous class. Okay, so now we can prepare what? Esters from what? From acid anhydride, and the process or the procedure is very, very what? Easy. Okay, so now let us see how we can prepare what? An ester from acid anhydride. So we have our what? Our H3C. Okay, then C bonded to O. Then we have what? Bonded to O. Then here we have what? Our C. Okay, our C bonded to O again. Then here we have our what? Our H3C. So if this is our acid anhydride, okay, we react it with what? With an alcohol like ethanol. With our C2H5 what? OH. Okay, we apply what? Heat. Okay, once we apply it, we are going to have what? An ester. This is our ester that will be formed. I'm going to have our H3C. Okay, C. O, then I'm going to have what? For our alcohol or alkanol, I'm going to have our O, okay, our C2H5, then plus what now? H3C, then COO what? H, okay? So I'm using what? One of the what? H3C here, okay? To what? To form what? The ester, okay? Then the other one, the other H3C is used to form what? The carboxylic what? Acid. So it's very, very easy. The product is very easy. Oh, the ester that is formed here, of course, is also what? Ethyl. This is what? Ethyl what? Ethanoate. So that means that if we are preparing esters from acid anhydride, we are going to what? Form what? To form esters and what? Alkanoic acid, okay, as product. So please take note of that. So this is our acid anhydride, this is our ethanol, and then of course that's our ester, and that's our what? Our ethanoic acid, which is what? An alkanoic what? Acid. So that's the third method we can use to prepare what? Esters. The last method, we can also prepare what? Esters from the reaction between silver carboxylate plus reacted with what? With ethyl iodide. Okay. Once we react what? Silver carboxylate with ethyl iodide, we're going to have what? An ester. Let's also quickly see that reaction. Number 4, that will be the last method we can use to prepare what? Ester that we're going to consider. Number 4, from silver carboxylate. Number 4, from silver carboxylate. All right. So if I have our silver carboxylate like this, our H3C, our COO, okay, then what? Our Ag+. Okay, so if I have our silver carboxylate like this, our silver carboxylate, if you react it with ethyl iodide, then plus what now? Plus IC2H5, this is our silver carboxylate. Okay, this is our what? Our ethyl iodide. Okay, what I'm going to have is our ester H3C COO. Okay, from this H3C COO, H3C COO, then of course now our C2H5, then plus what now? AgI. Okay, that will be what will be left. So for our ester, this is our H3C COO, H3CCOO from this ethyl iodide C2H5. So what will be left is what? Ag and what? An I. That's what is formed here. So this is also our ethyl ethanoate. Okay, so please take note of what of these methods that we use in preparing esters. All right. So, but of course, like I've said, take note of the first method. The esterification reaction is a very, very popular reaction. It's very, very sweet to even remember. So please, nothing should make you forget it. So now let us go to the O3 School Jam app, answer some questions, and we are off. So now this is the 2022 question we were looking at earlier. It says that alkanoic acids react with alkanols to form product called A, they say alkanoates and water. B, they say alkanol and water. C, acid and base. D, salt and water. That is A, alkanoates and what? And water. Okay, because esters are also called alkanoids. All right, so now let us go. Which here again? This is a 1997 question number 42. Say the reaction of an alkanol with an alkanoic acid in the presence of concentrated tetraoxosulfuric acid will produce and what? B says what? Alkanoids. So B is very correct. A say alkanal, B alkanoid, C alkanol, D says what? Alkyne. So option B is very correct. So this is another question, 2004 number 22. They said an alkanol plus alkanoic ester gives us ester plus water. Yes, okay. We'll come back to this question, please. We'll come back to this question in the next episode, all right? But for now, I'll leave you with these two questions. Please make sure what you download the application, make sure you activate it, and make sure you are studying, okay? Help yourself and be studying. Nobody can help you, all right? Study to show yourself approved. Pin your bum in one place and study. If you want to pass, you must study. So please keep studying and keep succeeding. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.